Governor, thanks for being here. I know you have a little laryngitis, so we appreciate you coming on.
Well, if you ever want to know how hard I'll work as your president, all you got to do is look at me on the campaign trail.
Yeah, well, thank you. I want to ask you a couple of foreign policy questions to start out. In your old job at the UN, you had a lot of knowledge about China, its activities. Here is the president over the weekend about that Chinese balloon. Take a listen.
But I don't think the leadership knew where it was and knew what was in it and knew what was going on. I think it was more embarrassing than it was intentional.
The president doubled down at a fundraiser just the other night. He said the reason why Xi Jinping got very upset in terms of when I shot that balloon down with 2 boxcars full of spy equipment in it is he didn't know it was there. No, I'm serious. That's what a great embarrassment for dictators when they didn't know what happened. That wasn't supposed to be going where it was. He got pushback from China about using the word dictators. But what are your thoughts about that and how the administration has handled it?
Bret, President Xi is the strongest, most powerful dictator that China has had in decades. Trust me, there is no way he doesn't know what's going on all the time, everywhere. It is incredibly naive for Biden to think that, and it makes me question his mental capacity that much more if he's going to sit there and think about that. And that's why China thinks we're so weak. They lie to us all the time. You can never trust anything China says. The fact that President Xi said that it was a great meeting tells me that Blinken went in kind of hat in hand giving concessions. That's never what you want to do. I mean, what should have happened was Blinken should have talked to them about the fact that they continue to send fentanyl across the border, the fact that they have a spy center going up in Cuba, the fact that they're building up their military and basically preparing to go to war with America. What we needed to do was show strength. I don't think that happened.
You're a supporter of supporting Ukraine against Russia. I talked to the former president this week. One of the topics was that and his promise that if he gets elected this time, that he would stop it in 24 hours. Is that part of the deal? Should Putin get Crimea? Is that what you...
Right now, I don't talk about those deals because it really would impede a negotiation. I would have a deal done in 24 hours from the time we started. And I would tell Zelensky something, and I would tell Putin something, and I'd get him into a room, and I'd tell him again and again. I would have a deal done very quickly.
What do you think of that?
I think that's music to Putin's ears. He wants to know that a deal will come through, and basically he wants to keep the territory of Ukraine that he's taken. President Trump's implying he's going to force Ukraine and Russia to deal with it. That's the wrong approach. That's what's gotten our dictators doing what they're doing to us today. What we need to do is make sure we're forceful with Ukraine, that we make sure Ukraine wins. If Ukraine wins, it sends a message to China with Taiwan. It sends a message to North Korea with ballistic missiles. It sends a message to Iran. We don't have to put money on the ground in Ukraine. We don't have to put troops on the ground, but we need to work with our allies to make sure they have the equipment and the ammunition to win. Russia's on their last leg. We just need to finish this.